Today we have Shobha Garu, finance expert, especially they deal with insurance.
Started my journey as an IT professional there.
Changed your career from an IT profession to entrepreneurship.
Except my husband, I didn't know anybody else.
Really, insurance matters to a normal person in our day-to-day life.
Now, how long do we live?
Especially as a woman, balancing home, balancing business, which is not an easy thing.
So in my house, for us, work is work.
Many people are not informing about their policies and details to the family or the close members.
Claim should be very easy for the nominee.
How you will deal your business with your customers.
And we explain to them, we sit with them and then understand.
How is your learning journey as an entrepreneur?
I have seen in my, since I worked in US, people are more organized. India, what happens, people are not so structured.
Right. What are the things you want to achieve?
My next focus is more on that.
Future vision, how this industry is going to be.
The scope is huge.
Hello traders and investors. Welcome to StockLive TV. Today we have Shobha Garu from Shobha Consultancy, who is a finance expert and especially they deal with insurance. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Andy.
Madam, before we are going for the subject, we want a little introduction about your profile.
So, born border from Bangalore, a bachelor in commerce and MBA in finance. I worked in two companies in Bangalore, and then after getting married, I moved to US.
Okay.
And I started my journey as an IT professional there. Then I had a late baby, so we decided to come back here in Hyderabad. 2011 is when I started, my daughter was 1.5 years.
Okay, ma'am.
So my husband thought it'll be best for Aisha to grow up here, my daughter. So I quit the job and we thought it'll be not viable for me to work in an IT segment because the working culture is a little different here. It didn't make sense to, for me to work like 18, 12 hours.
Okay.
And normally they work up to 9. So we decided that I will not be in the IT part of it.
Okay, ma'am.
But working from when I was 22 years, it was very difficult for me to stay at home.
Okay.
So I was looking for an opportunity. I did a lot of research of what are the business avenues which is there. Then at that same time, I also was looking for investment for my daughter Aisha, since she's a late baby.
Okay.
What kind of liquid money I can generate for herself in case anything happens to one of us, my spouse and myself.
Okay.
So that's how I was doing the research, and I was not getting the information or the guidance what I wanted it. They were more about pitching in what they want. So coincidentally, at that point of time, I saw an article which says, opportunity, and I visited this person in the office with, they had this opportunity where I could start as an entrepreneur in the life insurance segment part of it. So that's how I started my journey, investing for my daughter in that, so that she can have a liquid money in case anything happens. At least her educations and living expenses could be taken care of.
Okay.
So I liked the concept, and I wasn't doing much after moving back from US Manhattan. I said, let me start this journey.
Okay.
And immediately I started building a team with that. So that's what my journey has been there. And I've been in this field for past 13 years now.
Good, ma'am.
We are focused more on the financial risk, which is basically the term insurance, business insurance, and key man insurance. This is the focus areas we are working on.
Okay, ma'am. General thought process of a person when someone asking about the insurance, like there are certain insurance companies in India, but why this really insurance matters to a normal person in our day-to-day life?
So, end of the day, we are earning money, and it's basically for our future needs or to maintain our existing lifestyle.
Okay.
Now, how long do we live? Is that known to us? No.
No.
Is there a guarantee that I'll be there alive tomorrow? None of us know. We don't want it.
Yes,
the chances of it happening is very rare.
Right.
In pandemic, we've seen how people, young or old people, just dying,
Right, ma'am.
There is no reason. So what happens to people who live behind? It could be your spouse, it could be your children's, or it could be your parents, what will happen to them if they're financially depending on you.
Right.
So the first thing, what we advise, when you start working basically or earning money, it could be as an employment or it could be an income which you earn from your business. The first thing to be looked at is taken health insurance. The second thing to be looked at is the term insurance.
Term insurance, okay.
In case anything happens, your family is safeguarded. You might have even a liability of EMI, whatever. So in case of eventuality, this will be covered up. So the first starting point is the term insurance.
Okay, ma'am.
Along with the health insurance. Those are the things to be looked. Now, what are the advantage when you start early? First thing is your premiums will come very low.
Okay, ma'am.
And in case of eventuality, your household, whatever your lifestyle you're leading in, that will continue. Your family, it could be your parents, it could be your wife, or it could be your children's educations. Whatever lifestyle they've been used to, that will continue. It will not have a stop still. Otherwise, they have to ask for people around them. And by the time they get set and get the money from themselves, it will take time.
Right.
So let us say an example of somebody earns an income of 10 lakhs.
Ma'am, okay.
So at least we tell them, you take a coverage of at least 20 times of it.
Okay.
So that will come up to 2 crores. 2 CR. Now that's the coverage you need to be taking in.
Okay.
And now there are a lot of parameters in this part of it. Some people will say you take it up to 60, 70, 80. Depending on what your lifestyle demand is, at least bare minimum, you need to definitely have up to 60.
Okay, ma'am.
That's one of the things we looked at it. Now, there are other parameters we looked at it. See, when somebody takes a term insurance, it basically is a financial risk of it. Now, how long you'll be working also, it's not known. You might be moving from one company to another company. That
profession
is also
to profession changes.
Profession also change. Or maybe sometimes you don't want to work.
Yeah.
So a lot of challenges, what people start thinking is, my company is covering it up.
Right.
But the problem here is, once you move from that company or you have taken a break, you will not have the coverage. What will happen in that case,
Right.
So again, when, let us say you realize at 40 and you want to go back, if you've taken early, like, it will be 20 times more.
Madam,
because as you age, your premiums will be much higher.
Okay.
You might have other health issues. The companies may not take it. So the early you start, the better for you, and you will have a lesser premium to pay. Now, if you start doing the payment, let us say you've taken it for 60 years and you pay it, let us say your example is 30.
Right, ma'am.
You have to pay for next 30 years.
Okay.
What we have seen in the survey is, many people will be able to continue it.
Right.
The last lapse ratios are very high, things like that. So what we suggest is, instead of doing it for 30 years, do for 20 years or 15 years. And maybe at some point of time, you don't want to work anymore.
Right.
So that kind of, in place, or that coverage is there.
Okay.
Now, once you've taken it, will that be it? Not necessarily, because your lifestyle would have been upgraded. You may not be at 10 lakhs. Your increment will be there. Or maybe there's a change in your family, then additions. Whatever lifestyle you lead may not be the same. Normally, it's upwards. So every year, you need to sit with somebody and take an advice and see what I have. Is this sufficient enough?
The example or the difference between a life insurance and a term insurance.
Okay. Now, in life insurance, it's basically, there are a couple of things. One is a financial risk.
Ma'am.
That comes as a term insurance.
Right.
And the other part in life, we also have investment portfolios.
Okay.
Investment portfolio could be for you to have an investment for your child's education.
Okay.
One is that. Or maybe you need to have some kind of travel expenses. For that, you can start doing an investment. Or it could be an investment for your passive income in future.
Okay.
Or it could be a pension. So those are the other kind of investments. The difference between the regular savings investment versus this is in savings, let us say you're paying a 1 lakh. Nominal coverage will be 10 times, which is 1 lakh, 10 times of it is 10 lakhs. With 10 lakhs, how much is, if anything happens to you, will the family survive?
Madam.
How long will they be able to survive? In a term insurance, what happens is, the amount of premium what you pay, it'll be very nominal.
Okay.
For a 35 years, depending on the up to what age period, they'll be paying around 15 to 20,000.
Okay,
Is a
ma'am.
premium.
Okay.
It's pure risk. There will be no money back coming to you.
Okay.
It's just an expense of written off.
Okay.
But you will have a huge coverage. That huge coverage could be around 1 crore or 2 crores, So
Right,
that's
ma'am.
the difference between these two part of the, one is the savings part of it, investment part of it. The other one is a pure term.
Okay.
So the term insurance is that. In that, you can take it for individually, or you
Okay.
can also do it under the company.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So if you are a business owner, the first thing what we normally advise is, first have it for your family. First,
okay.
safeguard your family. In case everything happens, the nominee will get that money and they can be able to survive for a couple of years.
Okay.
In case of business insurance, what happens? You can take as a key man insurance or an employer-employee.
Okay.
If you take a key man insurance, what happens is, whatever in case of eventuality, the key person of the organization, anything happens to him, the company will get the money and they'll be able to run the company. See,
Okay.
most instances, what happens is, you've seen small
Right.
and medium, they start the company.
Right, ma'am.
And the key person who runs the organization, it could be a partner, directors, they pass away.
Okay.
So what happens? Liquidity crunch will happen.
Right.
We've seen the scenarios are quite a lot. So if they've taken a key man insurance to bridge that gap, the time period, if they've taken a key man insurance, that money will come to the company.
Okay, ma'am.
And
okay.
they can take this as an expense write-off on the tax part of it also from the company side.
Okay.
So they can do both of them. First, take once for your family, safeguard that part of it in case of eventuality. The second part, if you have a company, for that part, you take a key man insurance. You can do two things. You can do a key man insurance or you can do an employer-employee.
Oh,
If
ma'am.
you're taking a salary under it, you can
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
In employer-employee, you can also sponsor for your employees also,
Got it, ma'am.
who are the key person of the organization.
Yeah,
also,
understood.
you can do it.
Understood. Got it, ma'am. And as of now, there are many companies offering this insurance as a product. So, which companies or the products you handle mainly?
So there are 26 companies, insurance company. Now, which one do I need to look at it? So you have to look at the claims ratio of the
Okay.
company. Take an advice of advisors whom you know with,
Okay.
or you can also reach out to us. The idea here of the term insurance, if you look at any of the companies, there are quite a few players. Normally, SBI and LIC, they're more focused on the savings and investment plans.
Right, ma'am. Right.
So the comparison-wise, Tata is one of the good companies to be
Okay.
looked at.
Okay.
There are ICICI, Prudential is there, HDFC is there. The best is, looking at what happens, when you have a claim. The person who've taken the insurance is not there. It should be an easy sale for the person who lives in.
Okay. Okay.
Right? The survival part of it. So giving it to advisor will help you to have that smooth flow.
Right.
They'll help you into getting the claims done.
Right.
So it's more than the company, it's also the advisor whom you associated with will have an impact on it. Of course, these are the three major players whom you can take the term insurance. There are quite a few other companies also. So when you take a term insurance, unlike the savings plans, you have to declare the information properly.
Okay.
So when I say claims, if for example, you have a financial eligibility, one is
Madam,
the
okay.
financial eligibility. The second part of it is, your health issues.
Okay.
Is it a standard life or a non-standard life?
Right.
If you've declared every information in the proposal form, the chances of deny with any companies are it doesn't happen.
Right, ma'am.
They
right.
will give
right.
it to you, but that's the contractual part of it. If you've not declared anything, meaning like I have some medical conditions and I have not put it in my proposal, what happens? The chances of the company saying no are more.
Okay.
Those are the parameters. So when it comes, especially the term insurance, key man insurance, declare whatever is the actual part and the fact of it.
Okay, ma'am.
And the denial will not be there. The next part to be looked at is the premiums, comparison between the 2 companies.
Okay.
And other facilities. Some companies, if you're taking for 60, most of the companies are offering it up. Some companies are offering up to 85, 100. Based on the customer's requirements,
Okay.
you can select which company to be looked at it.
Got it, ma'am.
So based on your relationship with the advisors, choosing that company makes it, just don't look at the parameter of just the premium alone. Whom you work is also more important. So once, let us say, you've taken the term insurance, let your family members know that I have taken it. Don't be a James Bond in this.
Right.
And even the investment part of it, if you don't disclose to them, they're not aware of it. They don't know whom to approach.
Right.
So if you have a company, if you have taken directly with the company, let your family members knows about it.
Okay.
Or the advisors whom you've dealt with, you can share that information. They'll be able to help you in this part of it.
Okay, ma'am. And the same question, many people are not informing about their policies and details to the family or the close members. Like, what are the precautions as a person we need to take care when there is a chance of, not knowing about the insurance or the policies or the claims? There will be few mistakes in the claim procedure as well. So what are the few precautions we need to take care?
So as long as in the proposal form, when you've taken the policy,
Ma'am.
if you've declared all the information,
Okay.
that information is anyway there. If it is what it is, the claim should be done. Every company will give it to you.
Okay.
In certain companies will give you certain amount of, some of them are giving you 4 lakhs immediately within 4 hours.
Okay,
so
ma'am.
that you can have some rituals to be done at the home.
Right.
So if you're filled up, the claim should be very easy for the nominee. So normally what they'll ask is your proposal, what the proposal is being taken up, and then your ID proof of who your ID is.
Okay.
And in case, of course, there's a death, that death certificate. Those are the documents, general documents. You go and give it to the officers, and then they'll sit the documents, and they should be able to process it within 10-15 days. Or the complete thing will be done. It's very smooth. I think most of the companies will take care. But if you have an advisor, your journey will be very easy, because they will help you. They'll walk with you to the office, fill up the forms, what you need to do it. And then whatever form documentation is required, if you fill up all of them, it gets credited into your account. There's no need to even follow up. Just follow whatever the process. First starting step, when you fill up that's the basic steps. What happens, we always normally look after the event.
Okay, ma'am.
Because the person who's taken the policy will not be there at that time.
Okay.
So when you've taken the proposal, whatever it is, take that half an hour, 45 minutes extra hours, evaluate what are the points, and is this valid to me? Is this what it is? Fact-wise, declare it up, and then you should not have any issues.
Got it, ma'am. And as a founder, how you will deal your business with your customers?
So my business is how we work is, we work with a lot of wealth managers and mutual funds advisors.
Okay.
So they tie up with us, and then they do the term insurance with us. So certain case, they only deal with the customers, and some in case they'll make a call or we have to visit them. And we explain to them, we sit with them and then understand what is their income right now and what is the need they need to take it, their lifestyle, things like that. And then based on that, we recommend to them. So we will have a discussion with them.
Okay.
And normal thumb rule is 20 times of your annual income is basic, what you need to have. The previous example which we spoke about, if your income is 10 lakhs, 20 times of it, 2 CR is what you need to be taking it.
Got it, ma'am. And in the current ratio, there are number of fintechs are going on. Number of AI companies also aggressively working in the market. So during this digital transformation of any business, what are your challenges with so-called technologies or fintech companies?
See, what happens is, we deal with the companies directly. So there'll always be, in technology-wise, a gap part of it.
Right.
And there are a lot of, for us, we are more into customer one-to-one.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So in not of digital, what happens, each time you call, there are different people answering you. It's not the same person responding you to. So every time a call comes in, you have to start explaining them
from
the
the
whole
starting
journey.
onwards, yeah.
So with us, we are in this field for a long time. We do daily number of cases.
Yes,
We are
ma'am.
expert
Yes,
on
yes,
this,
yes.
and you have a direct access to us. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're also doing the same service. Main part is, especially when it comes to term insurance, it's not about taking it.
Madam.
When eventuality happens, somebody to serve you is more important.
Okay.
So that's what the main part which you need to look at it.
Okay.
If you feel comfortable that online is able to take care of you, you should probably do it. It's your comfort zone.
Got it.
So for me, I like to interact with people, understand, and we are expert in this. We sit with the person, analyze it, and then give him the right solution. And probably after taking 1 year, he has some questions, we'll be able to answer it. We'll be the same person, we interacting
having
with
the
it.
journey with them.
It's just
Okay,
not
ma'am.
about taking it. And it's a
Right,
number of
right.
years relationship.
Got it.
And they have an access to us to ask us question.
Okay.
Sometimes what happens, they forget why they've
Yes,
taken it.
you have to remind
So we
them
have to
again.
start our journey again,
Okay,
explain to them what was the purpose they've done it and why they need to continue. So that's the journey we would have with them, It's a personal touch
Good,
and a
ma'am.
personal care, and
Good.
that's what is more important in this scenario. Especially when events happens, you're not in a stable, your nominee is not in the normal scenario.
Yeah.
So the challenges, if that time, if you service them, what else can you ask for more?
Good, ma'am. And when you changed your career from an IT profession to entrepreneurship,
Right.
what are those initial struggles? And give me, how did you find your first customer?
So my first customer is my family itself. We
Okay.
started with our own. So what the way I thought was my initial part of starting the career also to look for some kind of investment for my daughter. That's the journey has been. I also believe that what I'm preaching to somebody, if I am not believing and putting in there, there's no point in telling somebody else. So that's how my journey has been there. As and when I like the product, I have taken it myself and to my own family. And that's has been my first customer. Since I am from Bangalore and then I've lived in US, Manhattan for 21 years and moved back to Hyderabad. Except my husband, I didn't know anybody else.
Okay.
So the way to do was, come to office, do it. And then just with a referral, start with that. And then I started becoming a member of network business groups,
Okay.
And they started referring
people. Okay.
And that's how the connection slowly, steadily, consistently started it.
Okay.
So it's just the existing customer referring you and they referring you. And then you go into the business networking groups, people start seeing you over the period of time, how you've done it. They themselves. And the team whom I am associated with now, the mutual funds advisors, they've seen us how we have been interacting with them.
Okay,
and
ma'am.
they also refer us people whom they know. And that's how our journey has been. We are believing in long term and consistently, performing, that's how it is.
Good, ma'am. And especially as a woman, balancing home, balancing business, which is not an easy thing. What are few recommendations or the challenges you have faced as a woman entrepreneur?
So in my house, for us, work is work.
Okay.
Whether it's my husband or me, so we share responsibilities. Okay. So if I have to work, we have somebody backed up in the house.
Right.
So that's how we balance it out. So when my daughter was young, I had to spend more hours at home.
Right.
So I had little flexibility to some hours work from home.
Okay.
And then be at the office. So having that in this scenarios, what we have, that gave us a flexibility. Since this is my own company, there were little challenges there, but overall, it's been family support is required for you to have this balancing. If I have to go on a call at 7 or 8, somebody should be at home. So I have the supporting system at my home.
Okay, nice to know. And what is your learning experience in this entire journey? Like after you came into the financial market, financial subject, what are the courses or the sessions you have attended, and how is your learning journey as an entrepreneur?
So the challenges which we have is, what I have seen in my since I worked in US, people are more organized in the places where I worked in Manhattan, New York. They know exactly what they need, what kind of plannings you need to do. But when it comes back to here in India, what happens? People are not so structured.
Right.
And you have to guide them. And then if you guide them also, you have to do it in a couple of sessions. Number of times. It's not one go.
Yes.
And you keep iterating the same thing for them to do. What is the purpose you've done it? Be consistent in that. And then you have to keep pushing with them. And then that's how the journey has been. It's a learning from them. I'm also learning from my side also. So it's a continuous. So those are the challenges,
Okay.
And sometimes there are other challenges they have. So just looking not just the money part of it. You have to evaluate the other scenarios in their household things also.
Okay.
And they have to basically trust you and then take up. So that's been the journey. People not really giving it much thought. So the gap is huge in India.
Okay.
If you look at the population, what we have now is 155 crores.
Yes.
In that, less than 10% is what they have.
Yes.
But even though if they have, is that sufficient enough to
right.
really look at if for a family, are you really protecting your family completely? That gap is still huge and it's still there. If you look at most of the developed countries, at least people are aware of it. The first thing they do is, take the life insurance, the term insurance part of it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So still a long way to go. We are still probably, another decade or so, the change will happen, hopefully. But we have seen a change happening after pandemic. A lot of people are more conscious
more
of it,
information and
more
awareness.
aware of it, and see how it is really impacting around them.
Right.
So then little change is there, but slow and steady it is happening on.
Okay.
So those are the challenges I feel is there.
Got it. And as an expert, and you are in the industry from last 13 years, what is your future vision? How this industry is going to be?
The demand is more than the demand, it's the need of the hour. As you see, the current population of India, people, 60% of them less than 30.
Right, ma'am.
In 2040, it will be 70% of Indian population or less than 30.
Okay.
The consumption is more.
Right.
The people contributing to the whole thing will be more.
Got
so
it,
the growth will be very high, exceptionally very high. It is, and people are also, younger generation are very aware of it. Nowadays, they're also reaching out to people out, either online or physically, they check it up. And first thing they're also doing is the term part of it. Okay. So that awareness is still there. Still the implementation, the scope is huge.
Okay.
The gap is huge also.
Good, ma'am. So out of all your competitors, if a person want to come to Shobha Consultancy, what is that strong, unique selling point or the way of services you offer to your clients?
So we look at it, whatever financial health review we do with them,
Madam, okay.
What is the requirement, we give it to them. And then we will have a discussion. End of the point, this is the recommendation. End of the point is the customer's choice, whatever he thinks is feasible. And sometimes because of various other financial things, they may be able to take at one point. Maybe when they're financially, they're okay, after a couple of years, they come back to us and upgrade it. So I have this specific customer who has been regularly investing. Actually, he wants to do an investment. He likes certain specific requirements. So he has come 10 times to us.
Okay.
So that's how we have repetitive customers. They want to feel the comfort and give it to them what they need.
Okay.
Instead of pushing, what we need, instead of that, what the customer wants, sit with them, have an information what they want, and then give them the suitable solutions. So that way we have quite a number of repetitive, and they are referring us to their known circle after experience with us. So we believe in first understanding what the requirement is, and then give them that.
Okay.
And then also, if it is better options are there, give that solution and give the customer option to choose what they want.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
And do the complete journey of it.
Mhm,
And we have
mhm.
seen a lot of claims, how we help them in the claim process also. So it's a personal interaction with them, understanding their need, and when the problem is there,
Okay.
addressing the issues.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
That's how we kind of handle the customer.
Okay. Give me one case study out of all your work experience and job experience. One complicated case when it comes to insurance or the claims, whatever it may be. Give me one complicated case and how you have solved it.
Right. So this is an very. We had one case.
Okay, ma'am.
He's an IT employee.
Okay.
It's through one of our team person. He had taken up a term, and then also he's taken a savings. He
Okay.
wanted both of them, so we started working on that. After a couple of years, we did when he was in his 20s. He got married around 31 or so. 33, I think he died.
Okay.
We don't know what the cause of
Reason.
it.
Okay.
But during this journey, we've been telling him, reminder, look, tell him to pay the premiums.
Right.
But he didn't continue. After a few years, he stopped paying it for whatever reasons, in spite of a follow-up. Now, if you don't pay the premium, what happens? Company will not pay.
Ready to give you the
So
time.
we had to write to them to an extent possible, proportionate benefit, So instead of getting zero, we ensure that he gets some proportionate benefit out. That was paid out. At least that helped his family to
Okay, ma'am.
survive that part of it.
Okay.
So learning in this case, the thing is not just taking it. First, understand the purpose. Why are you taking it? Then continue it. Don't
Okay.
just drop it.
Okay.
So the purpose will be lost for it. So that was, we helped him to get the claims part of it. The customer was very happy with it. One instance, it was through my other team downline to us.
Madam.
We had another scenario. He has taken a policy, and then what happened? Right? Suicidal is not covered in the first year. He went into share markets, investment,
Okay.
borrowed money,
Okay.
thinking he'll get more money
Returns.
out of it, returns. He started borrowing money, invested. Return didn't come. Returns doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey of at least 5 to above. And within that 1 year, he committed suicide.
Ma'am, so sad.
So in this case, we couldn't do much out of it. So the message here is, take as early as possible, and then don't get tempted with overnight investment
Right.
journeys.
Yes.
There's no magic which happens.
Right.
It is slow and steady. More than the economic performance, if you have to see a good investment returns, it's the behavior of the customer.
Right, ma'am.
What will give it to you end of the way? That's
Right.
the result part of it, So there have been couple of other challenges we have, even when we have the initial discussion with the customers, we believe in transparency. You like our service and the way we do it, you're more than happy to serve you.
Right,
You
ma'am.
feel there's another person who is servicing you better. Just don't look at just closing it. Look
Right.
at servicing you in your future need. That
Good,
is the
ma'am.
most
Good,
important part of it, which is
Good.
required. A lot of people are doing this for part-time. We are in this journey, we're doing it full-time, 24/7. This is what we focus on. Our forte is on the term and business insurance. That's what we specialized in.
Great, ma'am. Great. And give me one more case study for a normal client where your recommendation got very good benefit.
So, see, for us, our focus is on the term part of it.
Right,
We
ma'am.
don't want any eventuality to happen. That is
Okay.
what, this is only in the case of worst scenarios.
Yes,
we don't
ma'am.
want
Yes.
the family to suffer.
Right.
The few cases I spoke about, We also are into ULIP. ULIP is a market-linked investment portfolios where you invest systematically and you would see a good performance of it happening it out.
Right.
So we have advised this customer to invest. This was 9 years ago. So consistently, the first 1 or 2 years, there was not the meeting the returns of what he was expecting. See, normally we talk about returns of when you do a ULIP investments and average return. Sometimes you will have an high and sometimes you will have a low. Over a period of 5-10 years, what is the average is what to be looked at it. So over a period of time, he got more than what we had committed to him, what the returns would be in.
Okay, ma'am.
So that for us, it's a long-term vision. Even, the challenge is sometimes when economy is not doing well, you see a sudden drop in happening it.
Right.
But if you have done the investment over a period of time, that drop will be taken care of, and your average return of 12 to 15% will be there. So
Right.
we have quite a few customers in that range who are happy with it,
Good, ma'am. And before we are concluding the session, give me one good vision about why you have started this company and what are the things you want to achieve during the timelines.
So the reason...
Your next milestone.
Right. See, for me, what I am, first thing is the customer direct part.
Right,
The
ma'am.
second thing where we are looking at is, kind of collaborating with a lot of wealth managers and mutual funds.
Okay.
We have a lot of women also who have
nice.
taken a career break or have never worked, they want to work. So what we do with that segment is, we give the training, help them in how to do the business part of it, So my next focus is more on that. People who have wanted to take up this opportunity with us, we'll be happy to help them in the journey of it and want to see them very successful. In fact, in my team, when I started it up, I hired a person who was in BTech engineering, but she had never an experience background, That was first time working for me. She started working with me. And I said, in my journey as an employee, what I can pay is always limited. Why don't you take up the career path of what we do? She started initial hesitation and presentation, those are challenges you face with a lot of people, whether it's a male or a female. She went through that journey, but did very well, and she became and of course, my salary to what she earns as a business is much higher, and that's the scope of it. So she reached to such level that, in this journey, her father also passed away. She also funded her marriage funds part of it, which is good and happy to see that, So
that's
I like to,
self-sustainability. Yeah.
So that was a good part which I saw, and she's doing well right now. So I want to have more of those kind, especially women's, who are want to prove themselves. They want to be financially independent. So this could be one way of look at it,
Got it.
So that's my future focus on that part of it.
Right. Give me one specific ask. You looking from the market?
For me, specific in the sense, people who are into wealth managers, like mutual funds, and you feel, you can get work with us, collaborate with us, we'll be happy to work with you on that part of it. So that will be and of course, as I said in the previous one, women who have taken career break, they want to start their journey.
Super.
So in this case, it's a lot of people when they want to start a business, the first thing they look at is, I have to do a lot of investment. So in this career path, what you need to be focused on is not the investment part of it. It's more your time commitment, and discipline, learning. That's if you think you can learn from that, and this could be a journey to start with.
Great, ma'am. Shobha, ma'am, really thank you so much for giving your valuable time and lot of insights as a woman entrepreneur, that too into finance industry, because in the finance segment, mostly there are men handle the subject, but as a woman also I have seen a number of people who are doing pretty good, and actually you are looking for few of the vendors and collaborators where you can help others as well in the finance segment. That is a really good thing, and I wish you all the best to achieve more success down the time.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure interacting with you. Hope to see you soon again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.